Hi everyone, it's Jane here after a long time. Thought I would just come on and do a little bit of something, just talk about some things. So as you know, if you've watched my channel before, I've moved and I've found it really hard to get back into doing my craft since I've moved. And I think a lot of that is because I have a lot of physical disabilities. I didn't have everything nearby where I needed it to be. And I still don't really have that just yet. I will soon because I've got things happening and I'll be able to move things around and that will work much better. So that will be good. But still at the moment, I don't have things where I need them to be. And physically, it's difficult for me to kind of go get things from the other side of the room and backwards and forwards and stuff like that. So I don't know whether that is causing my block currently, but I definitely have a real creative block. And I've not really done anything with my journals for ages. And I kind of miss doing them, but also just actually physically going and making myself do them I'm finding really difficult. So I don't really know what that's all about. So I thought I would come on and I'm actually up really early for me. And I thought rather than just get up and switch the computer on and start messing around with that, I'll just bang on and do something, eat crafty, even if it's not a whole journal, or just if I can just get back into it a little bit and start, then maybe I'll be able to get past the block. So I thought I would talk about it because I'm sure lots of people get into these like creative blocks. I'm sure I'm not the only one. So if you guys get into a creative block and you've found other ways to get past it or to deal with it, please pop a message down below. I'd really like to know what you guys do. So the only sort of things I've actually done craft wise since I've moved in here, which is, I don't know, about 5 months now, is I made a couple of journal cards. I really wanted this to work because it was like done with that zigzaggy packing material, but it hasn't really stuck properly. So what I might do is like put some, what's it called, washi tape around the edges so that it kind of does seal it down. And then I've got some texture there. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. It was a little experiment that I did to play with. I also have this envelope that I have covered. And that would be like a flip out pocket. There's a pocket here. So I was thinking maybe of putting that into a journal as a flip out. But I need to finish that off because that's not quite done. So that's good. See, this is the thing. I'm doing little bits and pieces, and then I find I haven't got the washi tape here, or I haven't got, I'm not quite sure where something is. So when it gets like that, I get really frustrated with it and get really blocked. So what I thought I would do today is, I'm just going to make a cover for a journal because that's easy. And I have all the stuff. I've just got scissors. I've got the cardboard box that I'm going to use. I've got some material that I'm going to cover it in. I haven't quite decided what paper I'm going to use for the other bits of the cover. But rather than get hung up on that, I'm just going to do what I've got, because I just thought maybe if I just plough on, I'll be able to get to a point where it's I'm not stuck anymore because I'm actually doing something. Okay, so I've got my box. I've kind of split that up, spread it out. I'm just going to chop off all the extra bits. that we don't need. So the bottom bits. Okay. So yeah, you know, when I'm actually doing it, I really kind of do realise how much I miss the doing what I'm doing. But it's the motivation to start, I think. That's my problem. So this is, it's not my usual box. I usually use a chamomile tea, which is a different box. And this one's got like a little lip in there. Don't really think I want to keep that, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim off a little bit more. I'm just doing this by eye. You could, if you wanted to, measure it all up, do it with a ruler, do it with a cutter, but I don't think that's too bad. It looks all right to me. So we're going to have, this will probably be our front, this will be our spine, and this will be our back, or we could do it the other way around so that this was our front, like that. Oh, so this one's our front, and I may do that. The reason I might do that is because this edge is quite rough, and what I think I'm probably gonna do is get some card and just cut it out and make that so that is not so rough, and it's a bit flimsy, so I need to sort that out really. So right, that's gonna be, let's have that as the front. That might be confusing because it's going to be upside down. Let's just make a decision and go for it. Because once we've got a cover on it, it won't matter. We won't see that it's upside down. All right, let's do that. Okay, get rid of that. Okay. I am just going to trim a little bit because there's a little lip on that. So right, that's all groovy. Excellent, 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 excellent. Now what I need is, so this is the problem, is when I realise that I actually need something here that I haven't got, I just get really frustrated because it means I've got to go and find it somewhere. I'm going to find it somewhere else. But actually, I don't think I do need to find it somewhere else because I think I've got something I can use. 2 secs. Okay. So you got these little index cards in a bargain bucket the other day. I think they come in useful for something. This is always the way. That's it. Get in there. Right, so these are my index cards. I think I bought these and they were just like, they were a couple of pounds for all of these. I thought they would be quite useful. Now, it doesn't really matter what colour we use because it's all going to be covered up. So I'll use the green one for now. That's that. Right, okay. So what I want to do, I just want to strengthen this because it is, it's flimsy there on the edge. So that's all good. Right. Simple as, isn't it? Just get my glue undone. Honestly, everything is so sort of stiff where I haven't used it for ages. Right. So I'm just going to put glue down here and down here and down here. Excellent. Done. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my card, line it up with the top, line it up there. And that's going to make the edge of that nice and strong again. So we're just going to trim it off. Perfect. Little bits and bobs. Right, okay. So now we've got the front and we've got the middle and we've got the back, and that is now nice and sturdy. Perfect. Good, excellent. Just having a bit of a debate with myself about whether I should do that on the front as well to make the front a bit stronger so they're even. I don't think I need to though, so I'm not going to bother. Right, okie dokie. So that's that. Now, the other first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my material. Actually, when I moved, a lot of things went astray. I think they're probably here somewhere, but I don't know where they are. And one of the things that I lost, or that I can't find at the moment, is all my offcuts of material and old clothes that I was using to make covers with. So I can't find them, and I'm not sure whether they've gone missing or what's happened. So I actually bought some little like what they call fat quarters of material. These are Tim Holtz material, and you don't have to do that. You can cut up a t-shirt, you know. It's just that I've chucked out a lot of that stuff, so I don't really have anything much to cut up now. So I bought myself some material. So I'll get rid of that for a sec. And what you want to be doing with making a cover is just getting your piece of material. It doesn't really matter what way up that goes. So I'm going to get the, right, don't forget we're upside down. Just want to check that when we do this, we're not going to be able to see the box through it. And I'm actually not sure about that, whether we will or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a bit of just plain white paper. I'm going to cover the outside of the box just to make sure that we can't, because it's actually quite a dark coloured box, so it could quite easily show through. So it won't if we cover it with a bit of white paper. So that's what we shall do. I'll just plop it down and trim it off. So that's that. And we're just going to trim this off. Okay, so now we've got a box that is flattened out, covered. So now the material should not show through. Okay. I'm going to get a bit of material. I'm going to lay it down here. I'm just going to place it on there, just get a bit of an eyeball to see where we're at. And then I'm going to use, I'm using the glue stick for this, because this is a good strong glue stick, so it will hold the material quite nicely. So I'm going to just take that and fold it down, which is allowing about, I don't know, a centimetre, something like that, all the way around, because I'm going to want to fold that over. So then I want to get my material scissors and just trim around It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be exact. No, it's a junk journal, it's meant to be a little bit rustic. So I'm going to trim that there. Okay, so this is the rest of our material. So you get plenty in this is called like a fat quarter, I think, or something like that. I think that's what they call them. You get plenty in there. And I think I paid about, I don't know, a £5 for it. So you probably get 3 journals out of that. Maybe with some leftovers. So we've now got our material on here. Just going to smooth that all down. Like so. So that's good. Cool. Now, if I can get this to work, we'll use Fabrifix for this bit, or Fabri-Tac as they call it these days. Let's see if it's going to play ball or not. Probably not. No, I don't think that's going to play ball. It's because it's been stood up for ages and now it's all, I don't know. I've got another bottle somewhere, but don't know where. So what we'll do in the meanwhile is we'll use the glue stick. I'm going to use like just the edge of the glue stick. It will hold it. It's just the Fabri-Tac is better for the edges because you can be a bit more, oh, I don't know what the word is. It can be a little bit more accurate with where you're putting it. So we'll do that. And then we'll do the bottom the same way. Like that. Excellent. Okay, so now we need to do these corners. So the way I've been tending to do it is to just snip off that bit, almost like making ears. And then you should just be able to fold it over. What we might need to do is just trim a little bit more. So the thing is, it's been so long since I've actually done this. I've kind of forgotten how I usually do it. Anyway, we will work it out. So these corners will need to be, I can come along here with a bit more Fabri-Tac, or a bit of Fabri-Tac at some point, and just tidy it up. So you can always tidy it up after the event. Okay, that's that, and that's that. I'll do the same on this one. Just going to trim off that little bit of frayed edge. And then put our bit of glue down here. Just fold it over. And then we've got a little bit here that is a bit of a hangy over bit. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then all I've got to do, let's just chuck off that bit of frayed stuff there, is to work out what I'm going to use to cover the insides. So I may use like a bit of paper. Well, I probably will use a bit, won't be using this bit of paper, but what I would do is just cut it to size. And it may be that what we do is have this as the inside, or we may have it as the outside. Haven't decided yet. But whichever you decide to do, doesn't matter. It's the same thing. You're just going to cut a piece of paper out and cover the inside, each page. And then you have your cover all ready to rock. So I hope that's been a little bit interesting. It's probably something you've seen a million times before, but it's helped me to kind of get back into what I'm trying to do. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I can get back into it and start to be able to show you a little bit more of what I'm doing. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.